right, shalom, shalom. Let me adjust this. Bring it down just a hair, just a hair. All right, shalom. First off, start off by saying all honors and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Yahweh. All right, getting out here in the elements again today. Yesterday I had a little hiccup at camp. You know, I hit and move, I stick and move and bounce around different locations because sometimes different spots be getting a little too elevated with spirits. So I stick and move. I always have a plan A and plan A to D, I want to say. Here in Babylon, it's always some plot of wickedness, almost like it's scripted, that wants to come and disturb the word, or try to distort the word, or try to make it as if it's null and void what the men of the Lord out on the highways and byways and the hedges actually speaking about in these end times. But yesterday I believe I had a bug out Christian come up, and all he can get out of his mouth, despite of being told what the true name of the Lord is, in spite of what times we're living in, all he can come up with is what is it? Jesus Christ. So, and trying to ask me about interpretation buildings, which, I don't belong to any interpretation building. I don't belong to Harley House. All right. So to speak. So nevertheless, I cut the camera short. I ain't gonna say it was unprofessional what I did, but it was just to that point where you can't tell, but slowly but surely, after just engaging in the conversation, you clearly seen where the spirit was, and I'm gonna say it was a bug out, okay. But I was just gonna being out on your lonesome, you got to watch how you move also. So one thing at a time. I can't be watching the camera and looking at the individual that I'm engaging in while having 2, 3, or 4 different other people circulating around me, and then you got homeless camps and all kind of different crazy madness going on around you. So yeah, I kind of just had to use my best judgment yesterday when I was out and about. See, because every time the word comes out, okay, it's gonna cut you to the core. All right, whether you hear or forbear, you gonna get cut to the core. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. You gonna get cut to the core. Okay, this word is powerful. Okay, powerful. All right. So this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4. We'll start at the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and 12. For the word of the Lord, for the word of the Lord, Yahweh, is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. Okay? Now, a two-edged sword is pretty sharp. But it says here in the scriptures, it says sharper than any two-edged sword. Any. Piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and the spirit, and of the joints, and of and marrow, and is a discerner of the thought and intent of the law, which is the heart. Okay? Okay? The Lord is all omnipotent. Okay? He knows when certain spirits are gonna, be aroused and pop up and try to disrupt. Hey, this is all part of the walk, though. Okay? This is all part of the walk. Endurance. Okay? Okay? And ultimately to see where your faith lies. Okay? Because we got angels hedged and encamped around us, those that are spiritually invested. Okay? So no matter what E try to throw, this word is going to get pushed forth until it's signed. And that'll be more so when literal all hell is breaking loose. See, this is just the beginning of it. This is just the beginning of it, the very beginning. This is just the beginning. Okay, because we're in the era, the day of we're in a world and a society that's anti-Messiah. See, anti-Messiah. All right, anti-Messiah, meaning this world is against truth. Okay, and gross darkness against truth. This is the book of Saint Matthew, chapter 3, Salakia, chapter 23. Let's start at 16. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple. No, I don't want that. Salakia. That's not where I want to start. Start at 29. St. Matthew, chapter 23, verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build, Salakia, ye build sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have partaken with them in the blood of prophecies. Okay, so there's those who know they're Israelites. Okay, and it's mainly going to concern your black families. Okay, and your black families consist of boulets, and the boulets consist of gatekeepers. Okay, uh, the ones who are paid off to keep the very peace, so the ones that are reigning in power can continue in their way, so to speak, to keep the people docile, lead the people astray. Okay, and it's predominantly in your Christian church. Okay, your 501c3 black Christian church, the Lord love everybody churches, everybody going to heaven church, those places. Okay, eat what you want, be what you want to be. The Lord love everybody churches. Okay, the fashion show church. Okay, the place where God can be found, those churches, private interpretation buildings, churches. Okay, that fashion themselves on the outside as if their inward parts are cleaned up, but full of dead man's bones and cobwebs and every foul and everything else that's foul. Okay, them are the same spirits from then. They're back today. The same jealous ones that were jealous of the Messiah then, they're back today. That's why when you talk to a Christian, they go full all out to not hear the truth of the gospel. They'll do anything to avoid running. They run circles around the truth in the book. Okay, when the truth is being brought out. Okay, and that's the truth. That's the truth. The book of St. Matthew, chapter 23. Let's start at 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean outside of the cup and the platters of the platters, but within They are full of extortion and excess. Okay, so it's all business at the end of the day. To the common, let me see, Harley House, church house. Okay, that's what they do. Okay, promote, promote what am I saying? Promote a heaven on earth, or no, promote a heaven that you have to that you're going to receive when you die. Okay, they promote a man wearing a spandex suit with a trident in his hand and saying if you don't pay your tithes and you don't get right and live the best of your life in this life by being dormant and being a yes sir and a yes sir and yes ma'am uh type of person, then you're gonna burn in hell. Well, hell is a condition. Hell has always been a condition. Okay, and particularly for a certain nation of people, it's been a hell. Why? Because it's called a chastisement. Okay, that's what it is. A chastisement. Remember, again, hell is a condition. It's not someplace underground where you go and you burn in an eternal fire. Because after all, a fire consumes, doesn't it? A fire consumes. So how can something sit in the midst of a fire and be called hell? It just doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense at all. All right. But it was all slated to be this way um, by the conquerors. Okay, the conquerors. Okay, because after all, what does the scripture say? Let's read the scripture. What does the scripture say? So somebody has had their time for rulership, and now the rulership is up. What does the scripture say? Let's go to Job. Okay, he was set to rule for a period of time, certain period of time, and now that time's up. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so you have to go through strenuous, a lot of brothers that are serious minded in the truth. Okay, as well as myself, and hopefully I'm a part of that number. You have to go through strenuous lengths to find out truth. Okay, you got to go through strenuous lengths to search out truth through the search engine, through hell, you can't even go to the library anymore. All of that literature is burnt up, or in the back or in the basement somewhere. You're not going to be able to find that literature. Okay, that literature is long gone, and it's not copulated on the computer somewhere either, unless somebody put it up there by way of maybe a PDF or something, and then that's always shined on or buried somehow, layer after layer. Okay, because technology, I'm gonna tell the truth, it's going to get to the point where it's not going to be able to be controlled. Hell, it's already that way with the search engine. So all in all, this man is in a trick bag. Okay, he's in a dire need and in a trick bag. Okay, This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13. Verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Okay? Nothing against it before it. Okay? Nothing against it before it. And the spirit has to be working with you in order for that to even make its manifestation. This is not a thing of where you can somehow study, you can study all the studying you want in the world. You can do all the researching in the world. Yes, you study to show yourself approved. You can do all of those things. But if the spirit's not working with you, then you're not going to receive what you are wishing to receive. Okay? This thing is done through the spirit and the spirit only. There's order when it comes to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. There's order. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? And she has to trust you first. This isn't something where you can just rally up and write down a couple of scriptures and precepts, and then next thing you know, that'll be vain. Let's just go ahead and say it like that. That'll be vain. Because me, myself, I'm not out here for what do you call it? I'm not out here for to be seen of men or make a reputation of myself like a lot of camps out there do. Okay? Or get a record deal. Okay? And in fact, after I walk off from here, I'm the same person that I was here, standing here reading the scriptures, as if when I walk off and I take off this garment. Okay? I'm the same person from when I walk away from here until the time I go to bed and until the time I wake up in the morning. Okay? That's how serious this is. This is a culture. Okay? That's what this is. It's a culture. It's not a religion. Okay? It is an inheritance. Okay? And you have the Israel of the Most High, and then you have just Israelites. Okay? You have them both. Okay? And the Israelites, okay, they make themselves a friend of the world. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not a friend of the world. Okay? Not of this world. In fact, I'm seeking the world to come. That's going to be ruled in righteousness. Okay? And that's the truth. Now, as much as this world hates truth, it's going to be flourishing. The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahushua Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. Verse 6. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. Okay, so when you come into this truth, understand what the stakes are and what you're up against, and what change is required. And it's a serious change. As a matter of fact, the change is so severe that it's between life and death. Yes, it's easy to get an Israelite name. It's easy to get an Israelite name and make a platform. But as soon as that test starts, as soon as that fire is kindled and the refinement starts, then certain of those try to find any and every way out. Okay, by way of what do they call it? A variance. Okay, go along to get along. Okay, it's too much to handle. It's too much to bear. Okay, well, if that might, if that's the case, uh, for whoever you are, if that's the case, then maybe the chances are this isn't for you. Okay. Now, by no means am I making a decision for anybody out there, but the Lord is only going to give you just as much as that you can bear. Okay. Now, if you're not about faith, okay, if you're not about eating this roll 100%, okay, eating this roll, and when I say 100% eating the roll, that means the full document, the whole entire belief. Okay, from page one, okay, from document one to the last document. Okay, and that's bearing all records, which means you believe in the witnesses that are written in this book for a time. Okay, and that time is now, and things are being revealed. So if you have any issues with what's going to take place and how it's going to take place, then you might want to examine yourself. That's what you might want to do. Because at this point, what's left? The mirth is gone. What's left? What's left here? Huh? Her shine and glory is gone. What's left? The choice in pickings are slim now. What's left? There's word going out. So across the unicorn, mainly, reach more people on the unicorn, and then out here on the highways and byways. Out here on the highways and byways. This ain't venting. I ain't out here to rent. I just decided to get in the elements, pretty much where I belong. Not cooped up in some damn apartment. Not looking at four walls all day watching fake entertainment. But there's very little productivity that you can have in your own life, okay, with your own resources, which you don't own and you don't have. So you gotta do your best to deal with the bread the way the bread's gonna be dealt with. As much as I hate it, and even being in Babylon. But I understand that we're at the end of this chastisement. You know, I understand it. Everything's defiled. There's very little you're gonna be able to do. You only can get so much joy out of anything here in Babylon the Great. Okay, and at this particular time, we're not in the times. We're not living in the times of let's have fun. We're not living in those times. Let's have fun. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24. Let's start at 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor chased the golden city? See, verse 5, the Lord Yahweh has broken the shaft of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. So we're moving one day closer at a time, okay? As is prophesied, it's slated to be. One day closer, okay? Of this great whore being desolate and laid waste and going away and ultimately being burnt up by them ICBM missiles, okay? Let alone the hot, concentrated laser chariot fire, okay? Now, people ain't even people anymore, okay? Due to the mad scientists, people aren't even people no more. Livelihood isn't livelihood anymore. Due to the damn devil himself. Yeah. So, thought I'd get out here for a little bit and close out. All honor and glory due to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakakadak. Double honors to the elders and apostles over at GMS, from where I got this 100% truth. Still learning. Till the next time, Shalom.